Hey, planner friends, I am back with you to set up May in my bullet journal, but I figured I would give you a little flip through of what April turned out like and, give you all of that rundown of what I used, what I didn't use, all that good stuff. So this was obviously the color or the cover page. This will stay the same. Monthly spread didn't get as used this month, actually. I really stuck to my Google Calendar just because we have so much going on. I didn't want to make a mistake. I don't know. There was tons of cancellations. That's what happens in spring baseball. So many times of canceled games and it is what it is. I'm over it. All my weeklies definitely got used, but I just didn't use, I didn't use it the first week. I tried it again the second week. You can see Monday, Tuesday, I did better. Still didn't do the best. So I let it go for the third week. Definitely filling all these out. My weekends are a little busy with baseball at this point, and we just have games, so not a ton of things I need to keep track of. But we are changing it up in May, I believe, so we'll see. And then I went totally different for the last week, just trying out something. Did not work. I like this part. This part is just, I don't know why I thought that was going to be big enough. Completely not big enough. So we'll be changing that in May. Sorry if you can hear my puppy. He always gets the squirrelies right at this point. So it is what it is. Meal plan, definitely going to be another staple in this next month. Actually, I'm probably just going to copy this and paste it pretty much. I don't really need to change. These are 20 something different meals, and that's pretty much everything that we eat. We don't have a ton of, our family's kind of picky. So I'm just going to kind of copy and paste it pretty much. So another one, unfortunately, that did not get used that I really, 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 really want to get used, that needs to get used, that needs, I did pretty decent and then fell off again. It is what it is. But we're not even going to talk about why my budget did not get used. Not even going to talk about it. This, I was doing so well before my session started. So if you don't know, I'm also a photographer and a virtual assistant. And I had 2 huge shoots in April. I shot almost 90 dancers in the beginning-ish of the month. And then at the end of the month, I have a bunch of baseball players that I'm shooting. And I was doing so well with getting my videos up, and then it all fell apart about the 15th, as you can see. And I just haven't, which is why I'm trying to get my stuff done now, even though it's the 27th and this was due yesterday. But we'll get it. Well, as long as we get something. So again, if this didn't work out, then this kind of didn't work out. It did help me. The best thing I think is knowing my numbers, because I really am trying to do better with that, and see the correlation of how many videos I get up and that kind of thing. So we'll be doing this again. I did like this type of spread. Yeah, we'll be doing this pretty much again. So other than that, and then my journal, which was also not that what I usually keep up so well with this, and I had to go back several times and backtrack, but that's okay as long as it gets filled out and we have one more week of it. I added more and more pages, which is why I don't even, if I get through June in this, it'll be a miracle. But just a lot more project planning for scrapbooking. Even though I might be moving this to my iPad now. We're going to see. But for now, it's here and it works, because what I'm afraid of is now that I'm going to be moving into June, I'm going to put this notebook away and all of my ideas are going to go there. So if I had it on my iPad, I would just always have it. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. So here we are. We're going to start with May. As you can see, look at that. It's going to be rough trying to stamp right here. We're going to do our best. And this month's inspiration is tulips. I think I mentioned last week or last month that I definitely wanted to do more of a themed month, that I was thinking that it was definitely going to make me think, I don't know, like last month I just didn't think that everything went together quite well. And it was very choppy. But this month I want to try a theme. We'll see if we can stick with it. But this is, Finken's journal. I will put the inspiration right here. You'll actually see the inspiration off of, I found it when I did this page and I did the daisies here. She did tulips for her week, and I'm going to do the same thing because I love the tulips and I love tulips, and it is freezing in Michigan and barely our tulips have even come up. Whereas like normally flowers are starting to come up. We are seeing things come out of the, ground, and literally guys, we had a snowstorm last week. But then last weekend we were in short, everybody was getting sunburned because we were in shorts and tank tops, because it was 70 like something degrees, and now we're back to freezing again. So, all right, let's get started with this. And, yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I can't, I'm telling you, this is my last month, most likely. I'm not going to be able to fit June in this. So here. All right, guys. So let's get started with this. This is going to be one thing that does get changed moving forward. I believe that my cover pages are going to go down to just one page. As much as I'm using my journals and all that kind of stuff, I just shouldn't be wasting a whole nother page. But as you've seen, I made a boo-boo. That A dropped right off of my thing after I realized that I needed to move that stamp over to get a clear impression. I just didn't push it back on there good enough, and it fell right off. So things happen. I don't even think that I end up even covering it up, honestly. Nope, I don't. I just keep right on going. But there's my swatch of all of my colors. I will put all the colors that I use down below. Everything that I used this month is close to my heart stamps. So I believe I used blush for the pink, garden green for the green, sunflower for the yellow, thistle for the purple, and pansy purple for the dark purple. All of these colors went very well with all my tulips, and I actually had a tombow that matched them pretty well also. So that's kind of what I was looking for when I chose this one. As you can see there, I almost just made another mistake with my A. I dipped it in, or I patted that stamp in black instead of that sunflower over there. But I caught myself real quick. So May, June, and July are the months where my cover pages just look weird because, there's only 3 and 4 letter words. The May is the worst because, there's 3 letters, so it's all off on being center, blah, blah. So this month I decided that I was going to change it up a bit. Instead of going around the month of May, that I was going to drop it down to the bottom part. And this is my first time doodling tulips, so don't judge. And this didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to. But for my first time, honestly, doing it this way, I don't think it came out too bad. I will tell you the point where I think I went wrong, which is when I did the outline. I believe that it was just a little too thick. I just could not find a bold black pen that was working, and just found one that was a little too thick. So other than that, once I look back at it on the screen, I actually do like it. So, it doesn't look bad from far away. I think that my view of it up close is a little bit different. But, yeah, so that is the pansy purple that, is supposed to come off of it. That color Tombow pen is 679. The light purple is 620. The yellow that's supposed to go with sunflower is 993. And the pink is 761. Again, I'll put those all down there. Oh, the green, which is my favorite green, is complete. It's my favorite green, and it's completely went off. I've used it so much. Can't tell you the number of that one. All right, so here is where I think that I just went wrong. And I say that because I end up using I find a smaller pen later. Actually, the next day I had ordered some ink joys because like I said, my husband steals my ink joys all the time. And yeah. So I had ordered some more and it looked much better in spreads to come. So, all right, I thought I was done, but actually I was like, no, it's just so heavy based on the bottom. I need to bring things up. I started using that little flower from the Studio Calico kit from I think from the spring kit, and didn't end up liking that. So dug a little deeper and found these little hearts to sprinkle all over. And here's where I think that the spread actually does get a lot better. I also use these ink blot type of things from Feed Your Craft. That, like I said, definitely makes everything look better. I swear, I don't know why these little ink blots make everything look better, but they do. And this is where I actually end up saying, okay, now I like it. It is what it is. I might go back and try and find a sticker maybe to cover up a little bit more of that oopsie. But honestly, guys, it's not that serious. So, all right, going into my monthly spread, I decided to make this one a little bit more open. We have lots going on in May again. And yeah, I just thought that this would go. I believe that there is 5 spots in between each of these ones, just so that you guys kind of know. And then you will see, honestly, that the spacing gets off just a smidgen. Actually, I think it looks okay. But yeah, I'll let you guys finish watching me put this in, and then I'll come back. You're definitely going to see this month where I used a lot more of my hand lettering compared to stamping all of the time. So this is what I used to do in my bullet journal when I used it several years ago, but then kind of just got away from it. I stopped practicing my hand lettering a little bit, and now I've just been using it a lot more. It's not perfect anymore. And it never was perfect, honestly. But I felt like I was a lot smoother at it. I'm getting back to my ways because I am doing it more often, of course. But yeah, just using my hand lettering. Right now, I'm just putting like a little drop shadow on those letters and then filling it in with the green just to make that a little bit better. Again, May, June, July, those 3 months are just hard for me to like get any fanciness, I guess. I don't know. All right, so there it is. As you can see, I stopped the camera. I believe that my husband ended up coming in and talking to me and distracting me, and then I filled in a little bit more of those, bringing those tulips over, and so far, yes, I know why everybody uses, themes now. It just kind of, like, makes everything feel cohesive. I don't know why I revolted against having a theme before, but... those are Heidi Swap days of the week. Actually, they're sending me a new pack because once I used them for the first time, they had little lines in 2 of the stamps. So their customer service was amazing and automatically just said, hey, we're going to send you out a new pair. So thank you, Heidi Swap, for making that transaction super easy. I was very appreciative. But moving on to the weekly spread, I believe I said in the beginning of this video that... yeah, I definitely need more space. I thought that I could go with a littler space, and that's just not working. The next thing I kind of wanted to do that you're going to see here at the end of this is getting back of a little bit of an hourly. Now that our lives are getting a little bit more pressed for time,
and there's things that I need to just get done in a reasonable amount of time. I would like to plan out my days a little bit more. I used to be super duper like hourly, like planning everything down to a T, because I had a actual photo studio and would go in, and there was just things that I did every day, like have sessions a lot of days and all that kind of stuff, and that's just not my life anymore. I have sessions maybe once or twice a week, and so things are just not like they used to be. So I've gotten away from the hourly a little bit, but I think I want to get back to it. And then you are going to see where I pull out the list stamp from Allie Edwards. And first, this is that Feed Your Craft. Unfortunately, again, guys, they have been out of business and you can't get this stamp anymore. This is my most beloved, well, other than the, ink splashes. I love this stamp set. But yeah, you're going to see here in just a few that I pull out the Allie Edwards list stamp, and it has 1 through 10 in like list format, obviously, because that's what the base of that was. And I was going to try and use that for writing or stamping the hours down the edge of my boxes. Did it work? Yeah, I guess. Was it a lot of work? Yes. So I was just trying to go to 8 o'clock because that's usually when our, activities kind of end for the night. My son goes to bed at 8:30, and we kind of shut down the house, other than me still doing work and my oldest being up. But that's usually after that, I just do some work or my crafting. So I don't really need it past that. The problem was I didn't have 11 and 12. So I went through and stamped that, and here's where it just got a little wonky, but it will work. It's 1 week, we move on, and probably next week I'll just write out my hours if this works. If it doesn't work, then, it is what it is. So, all right, I also still wanted space for events at the top, so just put a line up there, and pretty much calling it a day after that. Yeah, I think that was the end of that. Oh, I am going to put at the bottom again, you're going to see me flip ahead counting my pages, and then I'm going to flip back and fill in that space that was down below on that weekly with May stuff. All right, here we go. This time using Tombow markers for the base. I go back and forth between, black and all that kind of stuff. It's taken me a real long time, honestly, to do lettering with Tombows. I am more of a Furusuke, I think that's how you pronounce those, hard tip hand letter, and so yeah, it's just hard for me. But I've been finally over the years getting the hang of it. So. Here I did keep in this part of me just doodling these tulips again, just so you can see. And again, like I said, this set of tulips, and now that I have my Inkjoy, I feel came out a lot better than the other ones. And I just liked the thinner black line. Again, you live and you learn. It's no big deal. It's just a bullet journal. And honestly, I probably won't flip back to that May page too many times, like in the course of the month. So. All right, and for the last page of this video, I will have a part 2, as I just need to break it up, as this video is already 20 minutes, long. I am definitely jumping back into my workout routine. I have been slacking, and I was doing so well. I have maintained, but I just need to get those last couple pounds off that I wanted to and definitely reach my goal. So I'm just putting a little bit of a workout tracker in here because I have sucked at getting to the gym, guys. So I definitely want to get to the gym more. I don't know, but it's not going to be every day by no means, but I would like to get there at least 17 times out of 31-ish. So just an easy workout tracker, nothing big, and yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely let me know if you guys are loving these setups, and let me know if you're using a bullet journal, because I would love to follow more bullet journalists. And if you use stamps in your bullet journals, that would be even a plus. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.